Sawsbuck is cool because of the season gimmick. Without that, it's mid. Here. Outrage. Oh, there's liquidation. What are your, where are you at here? No. Yeah, my freaking Floridator got screwed with up special attack, down attack. Kind of similar to that, kind of similar to that shiny fletchling I caught. Yeah, I know that I can buy mints, but like, this is the Florida style here. This is what happens when you're a Florida man. My gator had a little bit too much inbreeding, if you catch my drift. Here, I'll still just like, do this. Sure. I have outrage now. Do that instead of breaking swipe. Sure. Yeah, sure. Let's do that, I guess. Yeah, let's do it. That why his chin is shaped like that? Yeah, that's right. That is right. You got it. Oh, man. Look at that mad Tyranitar. So mad. Where did I put the deerling? It's so small, it's hard, it's easy to lose. I'm just now realizing, where the heck did I put it? Not here, it's not there. Uh-oh. Oh, it's right there, it was behind my keyboard. Phew! Something this tiny can be easy to lose. It'd be harder to lose once I figure out how it's gonna be on the little display thing where Bob here, but I haven't quite figured that out yet. So, this little arty project is still a bit of a work in progress. But it's gonna come together nicely with all that, and then a cool little gift box here. I'm gonna have to pay attention, make sure I don't run out of that plastic, because it is getting pretty low in the roll. Liquidation. Oop. Outrage, I guess. Does it still confuse me? Oh my god, it does. What does confusion do in this game, even? Like, I actually have no idea. Maybe I should look it up. Pokemon Legends ZA, what does confusion do? AI overview. Makes your Pokemon act erratically in the overworld, moving on randomly and not following you. But in battle, it's a much weaker status, causing jerky animations, that's normal, and a chance to hit itself, unlike older games where it was a strong self-hit chance. But in ZA, it mostly just looks silly and has minimal impact, with Outrage being a better move due to this change. This is a video game medley by Noteblock, if memory serves. Yep, I remembered correctly. I know my remix is here. Gaming Christmas medley from 9 years ago, 2015. Technically 10 years ago now. 2015 was 10 years ago. God. Well, how's it going, Destine? Sup? Yeah, I don't know if I have either. So, it might not matter that much. Outrage might be fantastic in this game if that's the case here. But yeah, I don't think it does anything of impact. Yeah, maybe not. But yeah, ISTG, I have a Yveltal somewhere, I can't find it. I have no idea what ISTG stands for. I learned what a new acronym was the other day here. Hold on, I'll say this in a hot second. What else did I miss here? My biggest gripe with Feraligatr is how skinny its arms are. Sad they didn't fix that with the Mega, but mostly happy with what they did do. I don't think I've ever even thought that much about, like, skinniness of the arms or anything like that. Left step outrage off of our base 165 attack. That could be better if I go buy one of those mints for my defective gator. My defectigator. That sounds really bad, actually. I take back that. 160, is it just 160 then? Anyway, in terms of learning what different acronyms are, I had someone ticked off in the comments of one of my Pokemon Legends ZA playthrough parts. One of the early ones, like part 3 or something or other. And, you know, I'm used to having comments ticked off at me for one reason or another, especially on, like, the video essays. But I had, someone ticked off at me for a reason that I've never actually seen before. Like, there's always a first time for everything, and this was a first time for something. And, they said that I was exhibiting symptoms of, I believe it was TDS, is what it was. And I had to Google what the heck that even was. And Google told me it stood for Trump Derangement Syndrome. I was like, wait, what the heck? And they were saying, like, oh, this video is showing another symptom of TDS. like, we came here to watch gameplay footage, but this is just turning on to, like, political hate. And I was like, wait, what the heck? Clearly I said something anti-Trump in the video there, but what was it? So it was like a 37-minute video. I saw that comment like one morning as I got up. So with breakfast that morning, while I was doing like my standard, like cutting things up into parts, making thumbnails and all that, I decided to listen on my second monitor to that part to see what the heck was it that I even said? Like, what was so extreme that I was taking this playthrough part and just turning it into political hate? It's one joke. It was one joke. It was early on when we saw the first Wild Zone, and I was like, what, are they just taking areas from the city away to give it to the Pokemon? Do they not have any idea what the natural environment of Pokemon is? They have no idea what they're doing? What was this designed by? The Trump administration? That was what I said. That was that was the straw that broke the camel's back, or whatever the phrase is there. That got this guy mad at me there. So I was kind of laughing about that. Like, really? That was as far as I went. Like, I could see that happening if it was one of my later playthrough parts. I don't think that person's gonna watch any further into my playthrough, and thank goodness, because there are some parts where I do some serious rambling about the Trump administration. But one joke saying, what was this designed by the Trump administration, gets someone so butthurt being like, man, I came here for, like, playing a game, but you just turn it into political hate. It's like, oh my god, you absolute sensitive snowflake. Like, grow up. Anyway, so I was like, I was flabbergasted. I've been by a comment in a little while. So I can only imagine the gasket that they'd blow if they kept on watching the playthrough there. Because, yeah, that part was definitely not political hate. But, oh boy, there's a part later in the series where I go kind of a ham on rambling about the mismanagement in the U.S. right now. So, maybe they've spared themselves the pain of that. I don't know. So, yeah, that was how I found out that TDS was an acronym that people are evidently trying to make a thing. If you're watching, please look inward and strive to be a better person. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So, yeah, that was, there was that. So, yeah, just wanted to share that little story, thinking about acronyms there. At least it's something to, like, look on and kind of laugh about and stuff like that. Oh my god. Recall, please. So yeah, apparently I have Trump derangement syndrome there. But yeah, Trumpistan is sensitive to any perceived slight or criticism naturally. Yeah, so it can go with some people, I guess. I don't know. Like, I ramble about political stuff here from time to time, but I try not to, you know, I don't base my whole channel around that or anything. Like, I'll share my opinions from time to time. Like the fact that I'm a U.S. citizen because I was born in Texas. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be a U.S. citizen if they're, it seems like they might be going in the direction of wanting to take away birthright citizenship, even for illegal immigrants, and, might be getting rid of dual citizenship. It might be like, either you're a U.S. citizen or not. No dual citizenship. So, there's a good chance that in the near future I might be a Canadian citizen, but no longer a American citizen like I've been all my life. So, you know, I might have my very citizenship revoked. Potentially, so who knows? Only natural it comes up since you kinda live in the world. Yeah, this is true. That was one of the things that kind of ticked me off about, like, the whole Switch 2 prices situation. Is I saw a lot of YouTubers that were just like, oh yeah, the prices went up. This is purely Nintendo's greed, and didn't want to talk about inflation, didn't want to talk about tariffs. Like, even if you're just a content creator that's purely in the sphere of, like, gaming, you can't be completely outside of the world of politics, because that affects gaming, like the current prices of, you know, modern Nintendo games, for example. That is very ingrained in, like, current political matters. So that kind of ticked me off about a lot of content creators that either were oblivious to it being political or just so afraid to get into the politics because, you know, that's kind of taboo. If you're a content creator, you don't get into politics because then you're going to make people butthurt. That's always what happens. You know, you always show any semblance of taking a side and people are going to be upset. So, like, I get it, I guess. But if you're not going to be talking about the politics of something like game prices, then you're lying to your audience by saying, hey, this is black and white. This is as simple as it gets, when it's really so much more complex than that. there's a couple of content creators that kind of ticks me off by saying, you know, it's just black and white. It doesn't go any deeper than that. When it came to Switch 2 prices earlier this year, I kind of unsubscribed from a couple channels there. But, like, I get that, you know, some content creators, they don't want to get into anything remotely political. But even in the sphere of gaming, the politics plays a major part in it. You can't pretend that it's not. Well, I guess you can pretend that it's not. A lot of people do, but if you're doing so, it's kind of disingenuous. So, you know, it is kind of hard to avoid it since this is the world. This is what's going on. This is how it be. But yeah, a little spoilers about the DLC. You're gonna love the donut recipe thing in the DLC. Donut recipe. Can I finally get a jelly-filled donut? Like from the Pokemon anime? The best thing ever. Also hope things are going well today, Pilico Stefan. I swear to God. Although in this case it should be ISTA. I swear to Arceus. I'm back to pronouncing that the way that I prefer to. Sometimes I keep in the back of my mind that it's supposed to be pronounced Arceus and I correct myself. But other times I just don't care. It's kind of how it goes. But yeah. My opinion at the end of the day is like, hey, you know, vote for who you want to vote for, believe in what you want to believe in. You know, you're completely entitled to that. Like, it's not my business. But I do believe that if, you know, you're taking a strong stance and casting vote and all that, that it should be because, like, you've taken time to, like, truly look into things and it's something that you can really stand behind. Like, for example, during a recent vote around here for, like, new members of student council kind of stuff around here, there was what, recall please, where you're voting for someone at, like, the provincial level and the municipal level, stuff like that. I don't remember exactly there, but I had someone in mind that I wanted to vote for one of those, and then the other one was like, hey, here's some names that I lightly recognize, but I don't really know who they are. I don't know, like, what they stand for, so I just spoiled my ballot on that one, because I consider myself not to be in a position where I could be, like, reasonably casting a vote. I don't know enough, so it should be my responsibility to not be casting a vote here. I spoiled my ballot on that. Like, if I took the time to look into it, then I could, you know, do a check and, you know, do someone that I really stand behind. Because I didn't have that, I may as well not, you know, put in a garbage vote that's just gonna be like, oh, this person's name sounds nice, you know? And something that I worry about nowadays is also, like, the amount of, personality that kind of goes into it, in the sense that a lot of marketing, a lot of political kind of stuff very much is marketing. And it's just like, whose personality do you dig better is the way that it comes down to. Unfortunately, I feel like. And, you know, if someone is a lot more, you know, I guess, good on the camera, a lot more personable, a lot more of a personality where it's like, hey, I kind of like this guy, I want to cast my vote for him. It can be easy to do that without actually looking into, like, what are they actually going to be doing? This is something else that I'm kind of concerned about. So, ow! So yeah, very much of the opinion, you know, stand by what you believe in, vote for what you want to vote for, but it should be because, like, you've taken the time to, like, truly consider all the facts at play, and you truly decide, yep, this is what I decide is best, you know? And, I do worry about how much of that goes on sometimes. But if, you know, you can puff out your chest and be like, yes, I did truly look into all the factors and I've decided this is the best, fine. Fair enough. That's your opinion, I won't fault you for it. But I do think that there should be a lot more due diligence done by a lot. Welcome home there, Mythic. Is what I feel like, at least. But yeah, I've been watching the Pokemon anime recently. It's nice. Good to turn your brain off to. Fair enough. I haven't seen the Pokemon anime in a long time, but I've heard that apparently a lot of the new stuff has been pretty good. That's what people have been telling me, at least. Unless you have my specific tism and get mad when they confuse hidden power and secret power. I mean, the Pokemon anime has always had a good handful of mistakes in the mix there. You know, I've been thinking it'd be a lot easier to fix the problems in this country if they haven't spent years with slander ads and shit making the people fight each other instead of the corruption in our system. Well, that's just kind of how it goes there. Like, again, the one person that was really mad at me there would be, very unimpressed if they watched far enough into the playthrough to see this. But I was rambling about this during that one stream with Saint Jam kind of joining in there a little bit. Get away from me! Where it's like, hey, we've literally done this in history before. Where we've done these scapegoats where it's like, oh yeah, all these problems that are going on, it's this group of people's fault. They're the ones to blame. And we're gonna do something about them. And, you know, it's being used in a little bit of a different context here than you know, the biggest historical example. Bit of a different use to this, but still the same idea where it's like, hey, we want people to focus on this, have someone to rally behind. In this case, it's illegal immigrants, which I worry in the States is literally just, you know, anyone they kind of want to do away with is being deemed illegal immigrant and being put under that umbrella. And yeah, have you seen some of the shit that the White House has been tweeting about recently? They literally do like mock-ups of different songs, different movie posters, and make it all about how the plot is all about illegal immigrants and all that. They posted one the other day that was like how the illegals stole Christmas, and it was a mock-up of like the Grinch movie poster. And it's like, my god, how is this the world that we live in? I genuinely don't get it. The White House is getting ratioed all the time. So yeah, when they used the Pokemon theme there, they did a mock-up, gotta catch 'em all, and did a little montage of them, you know, arresting and taking people away and stuff like that. And it's like, my god, I genuinely cannot believe that this is the world that we live in. Like, and a lot of the time I just kind of want to tune it out because it's too depressing to think about. I mean, to be fair, there are people to blame, but for some reason so many people just aren't blaming them but defending them. They have the marketing power behind them. Superbly done, as was to be expected from one of our first ever ZA Royale champions. You are truly impressive to have so soundly defeated 3 Rogue Mega Evolved Pokemon on your own, even if they were simulations. Well, I guess it was pretty impressive. Let's go ahead and, Kingdom Hearts, oh no, I was about to say remix, this is just OST. Dream Drop Distance. Traverse and Trance. Anyway. Go ahead and turn on the game audio again. I guess it was pretty impressive. Yes, what is it? Understood. So the flying object we believe to be Yveltal has finally reached the borders of Lumio City. Please notify the nearby residents. Civilians should be put on alert. I suppose you overheard all you needed to. Yveltal has arrived. It appears to be headed for the roof of the Rogue, or however that's pronounced, district's Galerie de la Lune. Yveltal is said to be able to absorb life force. It represents death itself. Meaning that simply defeating it in battle won't be enough. It'll just recover and fly into a rage. You're so judgmental. You absolutely have to catch and control it. we have to go catch the illegal immigrant that's flying into Lumio's City. Okay, I'm sorry. Man. I'm still upset there was no stance made on it. I understand to some degree, but holy shit, man, the whole use of the Pokemon theme thing, no stance made on it by the Pokemon company or anything. Yeah, I think that, you know, a lot of companies, especially ones with, like, family-friendly outlooks, especially don't really want to be getting involved or being perceived as taking any stance and potentially tarnishing their brand for taking one stance or another. So, they do the things that are best for their sales, best for their stocks. Don't say anything. Honestly surprised that Nintendo didn't do anything about it, considering they'll take down literally anybody who hums the theme song without their permission. Did they? I don't think they did. The White House might have taken it down themselves later, but I don't think Nintendo did anything about it. Though I never really looked into it, so like don't be quoting me on that. So Yveltal's gonna be up there. Maybe I'll switch it to daytime and it might look a little bit nicer here. I think it's immigrant. I think it's just omnipresent on account of the death thing. Like, in terms of Yveltal there. Well, just in terms of, like, current political stuff, I thought it would be funny, but dark funny to say that it was legally immigrating to Lumios here. No! Not entirely true. I've done some. But maybe I'd actually do more side quests if this was a game that was actually, I don't know, a bit more fun. Why is half of Lumios a wild zone? Because it was designed by the Trump administration, as established by Mr. Dudo at the beginning of my playthrough commenting. If anyone knows, that guy knows. Okay, how the heck do I get up here, man? It's just on top of the shopping district. It's gonna be up there. Oh my god. This is terrible. If only this game took place in the States, then it would really be an illegal immigrant threatening our God-given right. The shop. Like the side quests in this game a lot. They're all really charming. I'm glad that you enjoy them there. But yeah, not super duper into the game. Plus, my game schedule here. There's more stuff that I want to do gameplay-wise. You know, I genuinely don't think that I have even touched Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment for probably over a month now. Just because I haven't had the time. But these are all my ongoing playthroughs that I want to get through and beat and do everything with there. I still have to do the Ghost of Yotei epilogue. And I really want to do Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis before, like, pretty soon here before I played Final Fantasy VII Remake. But I don't know if there's necessarily going to be time for that. So yeah, quality of the game is one thing. And another thing is, I legitimately don't have the time. Like, so it is in my best interest to just be tunnel visioning the main objective as best I can and getting through it. Just knocking these things off of my little to-do list here and not doing anything more than that. Because more time that I spend doing side unnecessary stuff is more time that could be chipping away at other things that need to get done on my stupid never-ending to-do list here. What the heck is the point of this little area? But yeah, there's one in the DLC where you do a mock robbery of the museum. Heck yeah. What am I targeting? Oh, a Patrat. Apparently. How the heck? Do I drop down somewhere in there? Is this first bit necessary? Oh, it is. That's what the point of this is. I gotcha. I'm catching you in particular. You are mine now. Is this not... This is the way you climb it. There it is. Unauthorized fucking thing. Blow it up now. Yeah, I truly should, shouldn't I? But yeah. You get by finding out their security system password is Louvre. Is that a reference to something French? I don't know. Give me this colorful screw, I guess. Can I? Nope. Lame. Just go this way. Oh yeah, I was gonna switch it to day, wasn't I? And then I completely forgot. Oh, there's a closer Pokemon Center. Whatever. There's a reference to National Treasure, too. No idea what that is. Louvre got robbed a couple months back? Oh? I have no idea what the Louvre even is. I don't know enough about the French. I know a little bit about, you know, French Canada here. But yeah. Their security system password was apparently Louvre. And the name of the place was the Louvre. Oh my god. That is a little funny. I might have heard that there. The museum that has the Mona Lisa in it? Okay, I knew that that was in some museum in France. I didn't know what the name of the museum was. I wish I could use moves too. Yeah, maybe start working out. Maybe you'll be able to one day. Sounds like a National Treasure bit. Treasure bit. National Trevor. The National Trevor is just some dude named Trevor. Fuck, I love that movie. Yeah, I'm not familiar with it myself. Yoink, tiny mushroom. Up we go. Sure, I'll grab that one there. Hey, a dusk stone that I'm never gonna use. You cannot stop the Trevor. Mayhap not. He's green and cool. Is he? Maybe he's blue and cool. What? How the hell do I actually get up there then? I have to do like some hardcore parkour or something maybe? You better not, dude. I play GTA 5, believe me, you don't want to mess with Trevor. Yeah, so have I. And I believe it. Green and cool and Christian? What? I assume that this is a reference to like some sort of like actual character then. Presumably. What the hell? We gotta go around this way to get up to the highest point and then I do a glide jump over. I feel like we're on very different pages. Everyone's going down like a very different line here. I'm not following many of them. Here, grab the pretty feather. Glad I started collecting pretty feathers and not those ugly ones. Referencing a very stupid running gag. Nobody can agree on which Trevor. We should start a poll for which Trevor. Then we'll start agreeing on that. Hey, Toxic.